Good afternoon, I'm Ed from Easy Camper Rental. We're going to go over the walkthrough on the Sportsman here. First thing is this has got an electric jack, so when you're using the jack, just push the button for up or down. If you're doing it at night on the back side, there is a light on it. Don't leave the light on, it will drain the battery. Going up or down, we do have the hitch here requires a 2 5/16 inch ball. And you put the latch back down, put the safety pin in. There is two sets, there are a set of safety chains here, and also your wiring harness to get the lights to work. Since we're up here on the front, we have the propane tanks. They are both closed. If you were going to use one, there is a little black valve here, and it has an arrow pointing at what tank you're using. Just turn that tank on if you're going to use the stove, or if you're going to use the gas water heater or gas part of the fridge. But both of those do work on electric, so you do not need to use gas if you're plugged in. Once you unhook and you're at your campsite, you want to put the stabilizer jacks down. There are two in the front, and then there's one on that side, and there's also two in the back. They are stabilizer jacks, not leveling jacks. So all they do is make it so the camper doesn't run. Just put it in and crank it down, crank back up, and she will work for all of the jacks. If we go over to this other side, we can start with the water. If you are hooked up to water, the hose is in this front compartment, and you can just hook water right up into this connection. If you're not going to be hooked up to water, still use that same hose, hook up into this connection, and there is a tank on here, but to fill the tank, you need to come and turn the silver knob open. That'll let you fill the tank. When you have the tank filled, you can go ahead and reclose it.
Does it let you know when the tank is full?
The tank will be full because the water will just start to run out.
Oh.
There is a drain for the tank. The drain for the tank is underneath these two tires behind it. Kinda, you can kind of see it there.
Get a better view.
So it will be closed when you get it. Just if you are driving a long ways, you may want to open that when you're leaving so that you're not dragging 50 gallons of water with you on your trip. Electric. Plug is right here. If you're at a standard campground, it'll have a 30 amp plug for you there to plug into. If you are camping at a friend's house or somewhere, we do have a 20 amp adapter to put on that so you can plug into a regular household plug. If you plug into a regular household plug, do not run the air conditioner and the fridge at the same time, because you will blow the circuit. Holding tanks. When you are all done with your trip and you chose to use the sewer or the shower or sinks, here are your holding tanks. This is your cap. In the back bumper here, there will be a hose. You hook that on, you take it over to the sewer drain spot, and you put it into the campground sewer drain. Open the sewage holding tank first. Once that's all drained, then you can open the shower tank or the wastewater holding tank. All that does is help clean out the hose with some not so dirty water. And then you can put that back in, make sure you shut the valves, should be good to go. Door opens, the step will just drop down, and then you can come in. Once you're inside and you have the stabilizer jacks out, you can look underneath this here. There's a button that says slide, and then you can just push one way or the other, and the slide will go all the way out, and it'll start clicking when it's all the way out. And then when you pull it in, do the same thing. Also underneath here is the button for the awning. If you push the button, the awning will go out. And the awning comes back in. Once again, the awning is not covered under the insurance policy. So if you choose to use it, you are liable for it, but I would highly recommend putting it in at night, and if there is any storms, if you do choose to use it. Once you're in here to use the sink or to use any water, you need to go into the bathroom. If you are hooked up to a city connection, you do not need to do anything. But if you are hooked up to, you're just using your holding tank, you need to turn this pump switch on. That'll tell you, the light means it's on. If for some reason you don't have this pump or it's not working, that silver valve that we turn to fill may just be in the wrong spot. You may have forgotten to return it. If you are plugged into electric, the electric part of the water heater is right here. Just turn it to on. If you are not plugged in the electric and you want it on, turn on the gas switch. But make sure your propane tank is turned on and you will have hot water from the gas. If for some reason you're camping and need the heat, just turn this thermostat on. Once again, make sure the gas is turned on if you plan on using this. Fridge. When you get to wherever you're going, you can turn it to auto and it'll work. If you're plugged into electric, if you're not plugged into electric, it'll work on gas. Once again, make sure your gas is turned on. This fridge will take 12 or so hours to cool down. So we highly recommend plugging it in right away when you get it, or putting very cold stuff into the fridge. Stove, just turn it on like a regular stove. You do have to have a lighter or a clicker fire starter, which we have equipped.
We should have one in here somewhere.
In the silverware drawer with the silverware. Microwave, runs like a microwave. And the TV is on the front bed area up here, and when you install it, once the slide goes out, it can get plugged in up on this shelf. It does have a DVD in it. There is an antenna on the roof if you are trying to pull in some fancy channels. And to get the antenna up, you need to just crank this and it'll go up, and crank it to go down. Make sure you put it down because they're about $200 to replace, and hopefully it doesn't wreck anything else. I believe that's almost everything, minus the air conditioner here. Probably pretty important for most of us that are camping here. There's just turn it to where you want it, high cool, low cool, or you can turn it to fan, and this is just your temperature setting.
And it works on electric and gas.
And this works on electric only. Works on electric only. So if you are not plugged in, this will not work.
You need a generator.
And if you are using a generator, you are going to want to use a 4,000 watt or bigger generator to run this air conditioner. And if you are using a generator, I don't recommend running the air conditioner and the fridge on electric. You would switch the fridge to gas, because if they're both drawing power, you will probably blow a fuse or a circuit. Once again, I'm Ed with Easy Camper Rental, and hopefully this helps you out on the 24-foot Sportsman.